Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Monticello Jefferson nickels. These 5-cent coins, minted between 1938 and 2003, have captured the hearts of collectors and investors alike. In this video, we'll explore the top 10 most valuable Monticello Jefferson nickels in various color shades and conditions, revealing their current market values and what makes them so special. So, let's get started. First up, have you ever come across a 1964 Jefferson nickel and wondered if it could be worth more than just 5 cents? What if I told you that certain features and conditions can make these coins highly valuable to collectors? If you've got one with the D mint mark and a distinct darkened or blackish hue, you could be holding onto a small treasure. Let's dive in and explore why this specific coin might be worth a lot more than you think. The Jefferson nickel has a long and storied history in American currency, starting from its introduction in 1938. The coin was designed by Felix Schlag and features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, or head side, while his famous home, Monticello, graces the reverse side. In 1964, the U.S. Mint produced a record number of Jefferson nickels, over 1 billion coins, to address a coin shortage at the time. Because of this, the 1964 Jefferson nickel is one of the most common dates you'll find in pocket change. But there's a twist. Certain 1964 nickels stand out due to unique errors, mint marks, and even specific conditions like darker color tones, which can make them more valuable. Most 1964 Jefferson nickels were minted at either the Philadelphia or Denver Mint, and you'll find the D mint mark on coins from Denver just to the right of Monticello on the reverse side. While D mint coins from 1964 aren't particularly rare, certain errors and unique conditions have turned some of them into collector favorites. So what should you look for in a 1964 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark? There are several factors that can increase its value significantly, starting with the coin's condition, mint errors, and even unique features like unusual color tones. One interesting aspect that makes some 1964 Jefferson nickels more desirable is a distinct blackish or dark tone. Some collectors and experts believe that this toning can happen due to environmental factors or even specific storage conditions, which can lead to a darker color over time. Now, it's important to note that a blackened or dark-toned coin doesn't always mean it's worth more, but it can make the coin unique and, in some cases, add value depending on the buyer. A dark-toned 1964 D nickel in excellent condition might catch the eye of collectors looking for a coin with character and history. Next, let's talk about mint errors. Some 1964 D Jefferson nickels have known errors that can make them very valuable. For instance, a double die error occurs when the die strikes the coin more than once, leaving slight duplications on letters or numbers. Coins with clear double die errors on the date or mint mark can fetch premium prices. Another error to look out for is called an RPM or repunched mint mark, which occurs when the mint mark was stamped more than once, creating a shadow effect. If you have a 1964 D nickel with an RPM, that can also increase its value. Finally, one of the most sought-after features in Jefferson nickels is what's known as full steps. This means that the steps of Monticello on the coin's reverse are fully visible and distinct, without wear. If a darkened or black-toned 1964 D nickel has full steps, it can command a much higher price in the market due to its rarity. So, let's get down to what everyone's wondering about: the market value. A 1964 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark in circulated condition typically isn't worth more than its face value. But when you have unique qualities, such as a mint error, full steps, or distinct toning, the coin's worth can increase significantly. Recent sales show that high-grade 1964 D nickels with full steps have sold for over $800,000, and nickels with noticeable mint errors can go for even more. In exceptional cases, rare errors or black-toned coins that appeal to niche collectors have gone for several $100s at auctions. If you've got a 1964 D Jefferson nickel, here's what you should do. First, examine the coin under a magnifying glass or microscope. Look for any doubling on the date or mint mark, and check the steps of Monticello on the reverse. If you spot anything unusual, it might be worth getting it authenticated by a professional grading service. And if your coin has that dark, blackish tone, consider keeping it in a protective case to prevent further oxidation or wear. Preserving the condition can help maintain its value over time. So, the next time you're sorting through old coins, pay attention to those 1964 Jefferson nickels with the D mint mark. You might just have a valuable collector's item on your hands. Who would have thought that a 5-cent coin could hold such hidden value? Next up, the 1963 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, particularly the rare black and gold color shade condition. So, sit tight and let's explore why this coin is making waves in today's market. First, let's take a closer look at the Monticello Jefferson nickel. Minted between 1938 and 2003, this nickel features the likeness of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, which is a symbol of American heritage. The 1963 version of this nickel, particularly those minted in Denver marked with a DA, is where our story begins. While many coins from this year are commonly found, certain conditions make them exceptionally rare. When discussing rarity, the condition of the coin is paramount. The black and gold shade and unusual coloring for this nickel often results from specific environmental factors or unique minting errors. In numismatic terms, these coins are classified as error coins or varieties, making them highly sought after by collectors. Coins in pristine condition, those graded by professional organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, can fetch significantly higher prices. A standard 1963 Jefferson nickel might be valued at just a few cents, but a well-preserved example in black and gold could command prices upwards of $550,000. Now, let's talk numbers. In today's market, the value of a 1963 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark in black and gold can vary greatly. Recent auctions have seen these coins sell for anywhere between $730,000, depending on the condition. But why the sudden spike in interest? As with many collectibles, rarity, demand, and condition drive prices. The unique color variation not only adds to its visual appeal, but also attracts both serious collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. To wrap it up, the 1963 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark in black and gold shade is not just a piece of change. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1962 with the D mint mark. This coin has gained significant attention in the market, especially for collectors looking for rare finds. So let's explore what makes this nickel so special, its history, condition nuances, and its current market value. Stick around for a detailed breakdown. The Jefferson nickel, introduced in 1938, features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his famed estate in Virginia, on the reverse. The 1962 version is particularly noteworthy due to its unique attributes and the mint mark that distinguishes it from its counterparts. First, let's talk about the design. The 1962 Jefferson nickel is made from a copper-nickel alloy, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.21 mm in diameter. The D mint mark indicates that this coin was produced in Denver, and that's where the rarity begins. While millions were minted, only a fraction remain in pristine condition today. Now, a little history. The 1962 Jefferson nickel was minted during a time of change in American currency. The designs of the nickel had remained relatively stable for decades, but collectors began to notice variations in quality, especially in the later years. The D mint mark coins from this year are less commonly found in exceptional condition, leading to their desirability among collectors. When assessing the value of the 1962 D Jefferson nickel, one critical factor is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with specific terms such as fine, very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated. The rarest coins today are those that exhibit the coveted red color shade condition. What exactly does red shade mean? This refers to the coin's original luster and color, which can indicate minimal wear and exposure to environmental factors. A 1962 D Jefferson nickel in red condition is particularly rare, as many were circulated and have lost that vibrant look over time. So, what's the market value for these coins? In recent years, the price of the 1962 D Jefferson nickel in red condition has skyrocketed. Coins in excellent condition can fetch anywhere from $680,000 at auction, depending on their grade and demand. Some rare specimens have even sold for upwards of $720,000. This makes them a fantastic investment for collectors. The 1962 D Jefferson nickel in red condition is a highly sought-after piece. Its rarity, combined with the historical significance of the Jefferson design, makes it a top pick for both new and seasoned collectors. If you're considering adding this nickel to your collection, here are a few tips. First, always purchase from reputable dealers. Authenticity is crucial in the world of rare coins, so make sure to request certificates of authenticity when possible. Additionally, keep an eye out for grading. Coins in higher grades will always command better prices. In summary, the 1962 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is not just a coin, it's a piece of history that carries great value in today's market. Whether you're a collector looking to complete your set or an investor searching for profitable opportunities, this nickel is definitely one to watch. Next up, the 1943 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a large S mint mark. This nickel isn't just a part of history, it holds significant value in today's market. Let's explore what makes this coin so special and valuable. First, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel's history. The coin was introduced in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his famous estate, on the reverse. The 1943 edition is particularly interesting because it was struck during World War II, when nickel was a critical metal for military uses. During this time, the U.S. Mint made several adjustments to its coinage, including the Jefferson nickel. In 1943, the Mint produced coins with various mint marks, but the one we're focusing on today, the large S Mint mark, was struck at the San Francisco Mint. So what makes the 1943 large S Mint mark Jefferson nickel stand out? Well, for starters, the large S Mint mark signifies that it was produced at the San Francisco Mint, known for its high-quality strikes and detailed designs. This specific nickel was minted in 35% silver, a result of wartime material shortages, which adds to its collectible appeal. Most nickels during that era were composed of copper and nickel, but because of the war, the 1942, 1943, and 1944 nickels were made from a silver alloy. This gives the 1943 large S nickel not only a unique historical significance, but also a tangible connection to the wartime economy. Now, let's get into the exciting part, the current market value. In very fine condition, the 1943 large S Mint mark nickel can fetch impressive prices. As of now, values can range anywhere from $500,000 to over $800,000, depending on the condition and demand. The value of these coins fluctuates based on collector interest and market trends, so it's essential to keep an eye on recent sales and auctions to understand their current worth better. When buying, always look for reputable dealers or auctions, and if possible, purchase coins that are graded and encapsulated, as this provides an added layer of protection and guarantees authenticity. Collecting coins is not just about monetary value, it's about history, art, and the thrill of discovery. Each coin tells a story of its time, and the Monticello Jefferson nickel is no exception. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, there's something incredibly rewarding about holding a piece of history in your hand. So, what do you think of the 1943 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the large S Mint mark? Is it a coin you'd consider adding to your collection? Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, specifically focusing on the 1963 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, often found in stunning black color shades. What makes this nickel so special? What's its value in today's market? First, let's talk about the background of the Jefferson nickel. The nickel has a rich history, first introduced in 1938 to honor the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. The coin features a portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse. In 1963, the nickel was minted in large quantities, but the absence of a mint mark on the coin indicates that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. While many coins of this year are common, the specific condition and color variations can significantly affect their value. Now, you might be wondering, what do we mean by black color shade condition? This can be caused by various factors, including environmental exposure or chemical reactions. Collectors often find these unique colorations particularly desirable. A 1963 Jefferson nickel that exhibits this black coloration, especially in uncirculated or proof condition, can be extremely rare. The uniqueness of each coin can lead to significantly varied values in the marketplace. But how does this translate into actual dollars? Let's find out. Now, let's get into the numbers. As of today, a typical 1963 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in average circulated condition is worth about 5 cents, no surprise there. However, when you get into the rare black shade condition, the market value can skyrocket. Recent auction results indicate that well-preserved examples of this coin, especially those in black color shade, can fetch anywhere from $500,000 or more, depending on their condition and demand among collectors. Rare coins with unique colorations or toning are always a hot topic in numismatic circles, often commanding a premium. So, there you have it. The 1963 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in black color shade condition is more than just a 5-cent piece. Next up, the 1954 Monticello Jefferson nickel, specifically the one without a mint mark and in very good condition. Is this old 5-cent piece hiding a small fortune in your coin collection? First things first, let's get into the background of the Jefferson nickel. Since 1938, the US has been minting Jefferson nickels, each one featuring the iconic profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse or head side and his historic home, Monticello, on the reverse or tail side. Fun fact, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel, and it was designed by Felix Schlag, whose initials can be found on the coin starting in 1966. The 1954 Jefferson nickel might look like just another 5-cent piece, but collectors know there's something special about this particular year and mint combination. The one we're looking at today was minted in Philadelphia, and we know this because it lacks a mint mark. Back in the 1950s, Philadelphia didn't use mint marks, while Denver and San Francisco did. So, what makes this coin collectible, and why does it hold more value than your average nickel? There are several reasons. First, although 1954 was a relatively high mintage year for the Philadelphia Mint, time and usage mean that finding one in very good condition has become increasingly rare. Coins wear down, especially those in circulation for decades, so finding a 1954 Jefferson nickel without major dings, discoloration, or wear is impressive. When we talk about the condition of a coin, collectors and numismatists use a grading scale. For our nickel, a very good condition means some signs of wear are present, especially around Jefferson's face and Monticello, but key details are still visible. It's not the highest grade, but it's a solid one for coins of this age, and condition is a big factor in determining its value today. Alright, let's get to the big question: how much is this coin actually worth? In 2024, the market for collectible coins is hotter than ever. The 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in very good condition can sell for around $250,000, depending on specific factors like appearance and demand. Higher grades, like those in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, can go up significantly, fetching $300,000 or more in auctions or with serious collectors. Now, you might be thinking, that's quite a jump from 5 cents, and you're right, it's all about the history, rarity, and condition. This is a coin that can capture a collector's attention because it represents an era in American minting and a piece of the 1950s, a time of post-war prosperity and rapid change in the US. Coin collectors, whether they're beginners or veterans, know the importance of both condition and rarity. Even if the coin isn't silver or made of precious metals, the 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark represents a bit of rarity. And collectors prize coins from Philadelphia since they didn't have a mint mark, giving them a unique place in US coin history. For any collector, finding a well-preserved 1954 nickel in very good condition can add real value to a collection, and it's a great conversation piece. It's not about melting it down for metal, it's about appreciating it for its design, history, and rarity. So if you're thinking of adding one of these to your collection or want to check if you already have one, here's what to look for. First, on the front or obverse side, you'll see Thomas Jefferson's profile facing left. On the back or reverse side, there's Monticello, his iconic home. And remember, If there's no D or S mint mark, then you've got one from Philadelphia, which is what we're talking about today. Now, if you're ready to buy or sell, here's a quick guide. Check out online platforms like eBay, coin marketplaces, or local coin shops. Coin shows are also fantastic because you can interact with dealers and learn more about what makes a nickel like this valuable. When you're selling, remember that taking clear photos and knowing the grade will help you attract buyers and get a fair price. So, the next time you're sifting through your change or inherited collection, keep an eye out for the 1954 Jefferson nickel. It might just turn that old jar of coins into a bit of cash or an important addition to your collection. Next up, the 1957 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in extra fine condition. Stick around as we discuss what makes this coin so special, how to identify its unique features, and just how much collectors are willing to pay for it in today's market. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, with its classic design inspired by none other than the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. The coin was created as a tribute to his legacy and accomplishments, featuring his portrait on the front and his Virginia estate, Monticello, on the back. In 1957, the nickel was produced in large numbers, but only at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The absence of a mint mark on this particular nickel tells us it was minted in Philadelphia, as that mint didn't use a mark on nickels until 1980. When it comes to collecting, condition is key, and coins in extra fine or better condition often hold greater appeal. An extra fine 1957 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark will have all its major details clear and well defined. Jefferson's hair will show slight wear but still be visible, and Monticello on the reverse side should have clear architectural details, especially the dome and columns. Despite its silver-like appearance, it's important to remember that the 1957 nickel is actually made of a 75% copper and 25% nickel alloy. The silver-toned shine is due to this nickel composition and is a characteristic look collectors appreciate. So just how valuable is this 1957 nickel without a mint mark in extra fine condition? While most Jefferson nickels aren't especially rare, condition plays a major role in driving value. An extra fine 1957 nickel might be worth between $290,000 depending on its quality and demand from collectors. But why does it hold any value at all? This coin's appeal comes from its vintage charm, the enduring popularity of the Jefferson series, and the nostalgia of owning a piece of American mid-century history. For some collectors, it may even complete their collection or help mark a significant era in U.S. coinage. For a Jefferson nickel to be considered extra fine, collectors are looking for specific details, a minimal amount of wear on Jefferson's cheek and hair, and clear details in the Monticello design, such as the door and windows. Having a coin with these characteristics makes it desirable, not necessarily for its material, but for the historical value and preservation. Collectors of Jefferson nickels often seek to complete a set of years or mint marks, and these well-preserved nickels from the 1950s are an ideal choice. The Jefferson nickel series is often considered a great entry point for new collectors. Coins like the 1957 nickel without a mint mark are relatively affordable, but as time goes on, nickels in higher conditions will only become more valuable. For many collectors, there's a certain charm in tracking down coins from each year and mint, especially in good conditions. The thrill of the hunt and the feeling of holding a well-preserved coin from over 60 years ago are what draw people to pieces like this. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, coins like the 1957 Jefferson nickel offer a connection to the past and the joy of collecting. So, should you buy or hold onto a 1957 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark? Well, if you have one in extra fine condition, it's worth holding onto, as its value may continue to rise in the coming years, especially if collector demand increases. For those looking to buy, it's a fantastic coin to add to your collection if you're a fan of American history and classic designs. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel, specifically the 1954 D Mint Mark edition. We'll explore its history, its unique features, and why this particular nickel is capturing the attention of collectors and enthusiasts everywhere. And of course, we'll reveal its value in today's market. Before we dive into the details of the 1954 D Jefferson nickel, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Jefferson nickel itself. This coin was first introduced in 1938, replacing the buffalo nickel that had been in circulation since 1913. The U.S. Mint chose the design of Felix Schlag, a German-American artist who won a national competition to create this iconic look. Schlag's design features President Thomas Jefferson on the front, or obverse, and a depiction of Jefferson's Virginia home, Monticello, on the back, or reverse. His design has become iconic, and it's the design that ran uninterrupted for nearly 70 years, right up until 2003. In 1954, Jefferson nickels were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, while Denver coins, like the one we're talking about, feature a D mint mark on the reverse side to the right of Monticello. San Francisco coins carry an S mint mark. Among these, the Denver minted coins had the highest production that year. 1954 was an interesting year in American numismatics. The Denver Mint produced over 117 million of these coins, but that doesn't mean every single one is common or easy to find. Even though this coin was mass-produced, not every nickel has the same value. Specific conditions, unique features, and overall preservation are key to making a 1954 D Jefferson nickel a collector's item. So what do we mean when we talk about condition? Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. In very good condition, the coin shows moderate wear but retains some of its original detail, particularly in Jefferson's profile and the Monticello building on the reverse. Collectors specifically look for details in Jefferson's hair, the structure of Monticello, and the lettering along the edges. Now, let's talk about rarity and why the 1954 D in very good condition might still fetch a good value. Coins like this, with clear details and minimal damage, are always in demand among collectors. But how much are we really talking about in today's market? Let's get into the current value of this beauty. Now, the burning question: what's this 1954 D Monticello Jefferson nickel worth today? In general, the value of a 1954 D nickel in very good condition can range anywhere from $200,000. For example, if you find a 1954 D nickel in near perfect condition, such as mint state with full steps visible on Monticello, the coin's value can soar, reaching $400,000 or even more at auction. The key is finding a coin with minimal wear and unique traits. Some buyers pay a premium for coins that have toning, which is that beautiful natural color variation that can develop on older coins. If you're hunting for a valuable 1954 D Jefferson nickel, here's what to keep an eye out for. First, examine the D mint mark. It should be clear and defined. Then, check for any signs of toning, which can add uniqueness to your coin. Finally, look at Monticello's steps. Collectors highly value full steps that appear crisp and undisturbed, even if the coin is from 1954. Now that you know what to look for, let's talk about buying and selling. Places like eBay, heritage auctions, and coin specialty shops are great for both buying and selling Jefferson nickels. Local coin shows are also excellent because you can see the coins up close and learn directly from other collectors. For selling, online auctions can attract a larger audience, especially if your 1954 D nickel has unique characteristics that make it stand out. So, there you have it, the ins and outs of the 1954 D Jefferson nickel. While it may not look like much at first glance, in the world of coin collecting, every detail matters. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, keep an eye on those nickels in your pocket change. You never know when you might find a hidden gem. Next up, the 1940 Monticello Jefferson nickel, minted in San Francisco and marked with the legendary S mint mark. The 1940 Jefferson nickel is a part of American numismatic history, representing a time when the U.S. was on the brink of joining World War II. This 5-cent piece was designed by sculptor Felix Schlag and became known for its iconic image of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home, on the reverse side. While all Jefferson nickels are notable, those from the 1940 S batch hold a special allure because of their limited numbers and the scarcity of coins with the S mint mark in good condition today. Let's take a closer look at this unique coin. On the obverse side, we have the bust of Thomas Jefferson, and on the reverse side is the beautiful Monticello image. But the highlight for collectors here is the small S below Monticello on the back, indicating that this coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint. Coins with this mint mark were produced in fewer numbers, making them highly sought after. Condition is critical when it comes to the value of any coin. For example, a 1940 S Jefferson nickel in very good condition is appreciated for its historical and collector's value, but may not command the same price as a coin in uncirculated or mint state. Coins graded as very good will show significant wear, with many of the design details still discernible but with signs of circulation use. Now, you might be wondering about its silver content. Here's the interesting part: while many people think all valuable coins contain silver, the Jefferson nickel series actually doesn't, at least not until the wartime nickels. The 1940 Jefferson nickels are composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which was typical for coins outside of wartime periods. Still, because of the demand for 1940 coins with the S mint mark, they hold a unique place in the market. So, what's the value of a 1940 S Jefferson nickel in today's market? As of now, in very good condition, a 1940 S nickel might fetch anywhere from around $400,000 depending on the buyer and the market. If you have one in extra fine condition or better, that value could jump significantly, possibly even up to $700,000 or more for well-preserved pieces. And if you're lucky enough to have one in mint or uncirculated condition, those can reach even higher prices among serious collectors. If you're collecting Jefferson nickels, keep an eye out for the mint marks, particularly the S mint mark on coins from the 1940s. You'll also want to look for any signs of wear on the high points like Jefferson's cheekbones or the columns of Monticello. These are often the first areas to show signs of wear. So, there you have it, the story of the 1940 S Monticello Jefferson nickel. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this nickel offers a fascinating glimpse into American history and a valuable addition to any collection. Next up, the 1946 Monticello Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark. This particular coin holds significant historical value and can command impressive prices in today's market. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1946 Monticello Jefferson nickel features a beautiful design created by Felix Schlag. On the obverse, we see a left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. On the reverse, the iconic Monticello building stands proudly, symbolizing Jefferson's legacy and connection to American history. The year 1946 marked a pivotal moment in American history. It was the first year after World War II ended, and the nation was transitioning back to peacetime. Coinage also underwent changes. The 1946 nickel was one of the first to return to traditional minting methods after the wartime practices of using alternative metals. The S mint mark on this nickel indicates it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. This location was known for producing coins with exceptional quality, which adds to the allure of this particular piece. While millions of nickels were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, the San Francisco mintage was much smaller, making these coins rarer and more desirable to collectors. Now, let's discuss condition. In numismatics, the grade of a coin can greatly influence its market value. A coin in very good condition shows significant wear but still retains enough detail to be identifiable. For the 1946 Jefferson nickel, this means you can expect the outlines and inscriptions to be visible, though they may be slightly softened. Today, the market value of a 1946 Monticello Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark in very good condition can range from approximately $300,000. However, prices can vary based on demand, collector interest, and market trends. In certain auction settings or specialty shops, you might even see these coins selling for upwards of $500,000 or more, depending on the rarity of the specific piece. If you own a 1946 Jefferson nickel or are considering adding one to your collection, proper care and storage are essential. Store your coins in a cool, dry place and use acid-free holders to prevent damage. Always handle your coins with clean hands, or better yet, wear cotton gloves to avoid fingerprints. In conclusion, the 1946 Monticello Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark is not only a piece of currency, it's a piece of history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin has a place in your collection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the world of rare coins. Let us know in the comments if you own any 1946 Jefferson nickels or if there are other coins you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!